The broadcast is live. Great. Okay, hello. Thank you. We're starting just a couple minutes later. So thanks for joining in. I am thrilled that you could make it today for this very vital information that will absolutely will change your health once you begin to apply it. The information I'll be giving you today is applicable to you if you are a human. If you're a human. So my name is Dr. Paulette Sedlak, and welcome to 6 Ways to Eliminate Toxins to Boost Your Immune Health. This is such timely information. I want to tell you just a little bit about myself. I'm a chiropractor, and I'm a board certified in clinical nutrition. My master's in science degree is with the emphasis on nutritional biochemistry. I'm very passionate about helping people with natural healthcare means. And I've had the great honor and privilege to help thousands of people throughout the last decades to actually attain and maintain their health. It's been an incredible journey for me. And so many of my patients have been able to overcome so many diseases that actually they were told that they would have to live with. And so I want to encourage you today that whatever you're experiencing with your health, that your body wants to change, your body is able to change, and that's at basically any stage of health. So the body is designed to change. So today you're going to learn how your body eliminates toxins that affect your immune system, but your overall health. And by the end of this session, you're going to know the 6 levels of your body that are involved in the elimination of toxins, and the importance of making sure that all 6 levels are functioning properly for you to be able to resist viruses like the coronavirus, and who knows what's around the corner with the next virus. I mean, we've had SARS, H1N1, so many things. So you're going to learn actually what you need to do to resist viruses, bacteria, and prevent chronic illnesses. And you'll also learn how toxins can back up into your body while your body is trying to get rid of them, and how you can avoid this from happening. And I'll show you how your body's designed to rid itself. God actually designed your body to rid itself of toxins. And if you don't do this properly, then you can go through what is known as withdrawal symptoms if you don't detox your body properly. So you're going to learn the most common toxins that are affecting your health and why it's so important. Right now, more than ever, your health is a fundamental priority. It's just a priority. There are a few things in life that are more important. I always say the most important thing is your spiritual well-being, and next is your health. Because you may say, well, what about my family? What about my friends? Well, if you're spiritually well and, excuse me, you're taking care of your body, it's going to affect your family and friends. It's going to affect your children, your loved ones. It's going to affect everyone around you, everyone you come in contact with, your spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being, and your physical well-being. So if you want to learn how to optimize your well-being, and this includes your immune system, and you want to learn how to prevent diseases like diabetes, asthma, hypertension, heart disease, and obesity, and cancer, these are the top factors right now regarding the contracting of the coronavirus, then I want you to know you're in the right place today. And there's been decades of scientific research that has shown that with your food choices, you can shape your health destiny and boost your immunity. Of course, there's many factors that go into this, but basically, I mean, the body is designed to take in specific nutrients that it absolutely must have to attain and maintain your health. There's specific nutrients you must have to detox your body. And then today I'll be explaining the whole pathway. I'm going to make it so simple, and I have a lovely graphic to explain the whole process to you. So you can live and changes in diet have been shown to prevent more than 90% of type 2 diabetes cases, 80% of coronary heart disease, 70% of colon cancer, and that's just a couple of these statistics. So diet and detoxing and taking the right supplementation can make a huge difference in your health. And even when you're doing these things, I want you to be aware that If your body has been overburdened with alcohol or maybe drugs, you've taken drugs in the past, all exposed to common toxins, then again, you are in the right place today. And I'm going to show you how your body actually eliminates these things. Now, you want to know that, or be aware, I should say, that we are no longer in the pristine environment of the Garden of Eden. So we don't, there's been over 85,000 chemicals that have been added to society since World War II. Science knows that many of these chemicals are cancer causing chemicals. And so they can certainly affect your immune health. They can affect digestion, it can cause inflammation in your body and affect your overall health. So what steps can you take right away? What can you start doing today to actually decrease your risk of contracting a virus and building your immune system so you can fare better, so you can feel better and prevent future chronic illnesses? I mean, I think this information is actually, priceless. So today you're going to learn some very good first steps that you can start addressing right away. And if you want to know one of the most efficient ways to boost your immune health and set your health on a new trajectory, regardless of your present state of health, again, you are in the right place today. So I want to emphasize that. And please stay to the end of the session. I have something very special planned for you. Stay tuned. I don't want you to miss out on any important information that I'm going to share with you. So the first graphic I want to share with you is Proverbs 18:15. So this states that intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. And so I want to commend you for being here today. It's my applause to you. This is my applause to you. Because for someone who, if you want to learn, I mean, this is a sign of intelligence. God has given us a brain, right? And God is concerned for your health, and God's concerned for all that you do. So God wants us to keep our ears open for right knowledge and right information. And that's what I'm presenting to you today. The information I'm presenting to you will be factual. This is established in anatomy and physiology books. This is established in every criteria of medicine that exists. So what I'm telling you is facts. And then I'm going to tell you how you can apply it and the steps you can do to actually create the best boost in your immune health possible. So I just want to commend you and for being here today, because that shows that you definitely you're an intelligent person because you want the right information. So the next picture I want to show you is just detox. Detox your body. This is so important for you to understand, because God designed the human body to continually remove toxins. And did you know that even though you have the built-in mechanisms to break them down and remove them, your body will store them? Your body can store the toxins when all the pathways aren't flowing the way they should. And this is, of course, very detrimental to your health. And the majority of the detoxification process occurs in the liver. And however, if the liver detoxification pathways become overburdened and or lack the specific nutrients needed for the whole detoxification process, and something happening in your digestive system that's not working properly, then the toxins they can go back into your bloodstream, and they can be stored in the fat cells and brains. A lot of people don't know that the toxins actually store in your fat cells. And this, of course, can cause a multitude of health problems. I want you to know that fat cells don't just sit around. So if you have extra weight on your body, or you have extra fat, which is called visceral fat, that's in the belly area, that means you have fat compacted around your organs, squeezing in on the organs. But the fat is there being fat. The fat actually creates chemical messengers that cause inflammation for your entire body. And that inflammation actually breaks down your cells. And this is actually how the cancer process starts, is by cells breaking down. This is how the inflammation process that breaks down your joints, that cause arthritis in the joints, joint degeneration, fibromyalgia. Any pain in your body is a sign of inflammation. So very important to understand these just basic principles. So proper detoxification is necessary for and a right detoxification program. It's also called a purification program. People ask me, what's the difference? Well, it's really the same thing. You're purifying your body, you're detoxifying your body, and this facilitates the detoxification and elimination of toxins that are in your body, toxins you're exposed to, and we'll talk more about how you are actually exposed to those toxins. So this is a key. This is a key to achieving your best results to unburden your body of toxins that affect your body's resistance to viruses, to bacteria, to fungus, and prevent the chronic inflammation that develops into cancer and disease organs, fibromyalgia, and really most chronic health conditions that you can think of. So this is why I developed the Back to Eden Purification Program. And this program will walk you through the exact steps that you need to begin detoxifying your body. Today, I will be explaining the toxin elimination part of this program. And if you want to know how you can begin the program, I'll tell you how you can join in at the end of today's session. Share one of the, it's part 5, it's the entire part I'm going to share with you about how your body eliminates toxins. So first, I want you to understand that the liver is one of the most important and essential organs that filter your blood. It metabolizes nutrients in order to keep you healthy, and the liver has an important job of detoxifying toxic substances. So these are found in the air that we breathe, the environment, household products that you use, the sprays, especially now everybody's disinfecting everything, and over-the-counter medications, or maybe you're taking, I call them street drugs. So, or alcohol. So if you're taking street drugs, things that are illegal drugs, maybe you've taken drugs in the past, you've been a drug addict, you've been an alcoholic, all these things have to do with a toxic burden in the body. So we're going to take a look at this graphic, which is the 3 steps. And this is how your body actually detoxifies. So phase 1 is the liver. Phase 1 is liver detoxification. There's 2 phases of liver detoxification. It's phase 1 and it's phase 2. And your body needs to have many different nutrients to actually make these phases happen. And I'll show you in a couple slides further. We're going to take a look at how these toxins enter your body. But let's take a look right now at this one, and then phase 3. Okay, so phase 1 and phase 2 have to do with your liver, but commonly called phase 3, it's really an elimination phase. So when people talk about doing a purification program or a detoxification program, they're usually talking about detoxifying the liver, which is very important. And that is phase 1 and phase 2 of liver detoxification. But phase 3 is actually once your body, breaks down these toxins in phase 1 and phase 2 in your liver, how are you going to eliminate these toxins? These toxins still need to come out of your body. And this is one of the most unique features of the purification program, because other detoxification programs don't explain, once they take you through what you need to do to detoxify your liver, they don't explain how are you going to get rid of these toxins. And if this doesn't occur, these toxins can back up, or in a real sense, they're going to recycle through your body. So let's take a look at the next graphic, which is the liver detox pathways. And this is a picture of your liver. And as you can see, don't get lost in the details because, it's a complex process, but I want to make it real easy for you. So as you can see, it just says the toxins come into the body, and there's all types of toxins. We'll talk more about this on the next slide, but I just want you to understand in this one, looking at the liver, that the toxins come into your body. There's specific nutrients that are required that you must be taking in, either eating or taking in a nutritional supplement, to actually create proper phase 1 detoxification. So if these nutrients aren't present, then your body is not going to properly handle phase 1 of liver detoxification. And then phase 2 requires specific nutrients also. So again, your body must have these nutrients present. So you either have to eat them or take them nutritionally in a supplement. And then phase 3 is the waste products, or the elimination phase. And this is how your body's going to get rid of toxins. So I'm going to show you this next graphic. One of my favorite pictures. This is the funnel. This is the entire elimination funnel. Okay, first we're going to look at There we go. Okay, so this is the process of detoxification and elimination. So before we get to the funnel, I want you to understand how toxins actually enter into your body. So you're going to breathe them in your lungs. You can take them in through your skin. You know, your skin is so powerful with absorption. You know, think about it. If people can put a nitroglycerin patch, right? If you're in a hospital, they put a nitro patch on you if your blood pressure is real high, and that absorbs right through the skin. Now, if you put lotions on your body that have perfumes and chemicals, it's absorbing right through the skin. Also, we eat things that are toxic to the body, you know, things that have additives and preservatives in foods. And now science knows that many preservatives can actually decrease your white blood cell count, and specifically the white blood cells that create antibodies to viruses. So people often ask me, should I eat organic food? And the answer is yes, because foods that have preservatives can actually affect your immune system. And there's so much more to it. So toxins come into the body through skin, through breathing, through eating, through drinking, and they're everywhere, right? They're everywhere. They're all through the environment. As I told you earlier, there's been over 85,000 chemicals that have been added to since World War II. Now, looking at the graphic, you can see all these toxins, how they enter, but then you see in the middle, they go through the liver. And as I explained, these excess toxins get stored in, they get stored in fat cells, they get stored in your body, they get stored in your organs, they get stored in your entire systems, your different body systems. And so this is where people develop things like arthritis and fibromyalgia and cardiovascular disease, breakdown in the tissues in your arteries that cause arterial blockages, hormone imbalances, inflammatory disorders, IBS, digestive disorders, obesity, and being overweight. How do we get rid of them? Well, it shows you here that the toxins exit through the skin, the kidneys, the colon, the lungs. And you see, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So we're always having these things coming in, processing through the liver, and then the toxins must exit. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how this occurs in the funnel. So we're going to look at the funnel graphic. There we go. So there are 6 ways to eliminate toxins to boost your immune system, but to boost your overall health. Now, this naturally occurs in the body, but you need to be so aware of how to make this occur efficiently, because it doesn't occur well if any of these levels are not working properly. So we're going to look at the top of the funnel, which is always bigger on the funnel. We have all the toxins coming into our cells. Now, you have over 40 trillion cells in your body, give or take a few trillion. Nobody knows. God only knows. That's why, you know, it tells us in Psalm 139:14, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are complicatedly, I'm making up a word, made. Okay, the body's very complex. So no doctor is ever going to understand how all these trillions and trillions of cells, but what we do understand is the process of what is needed to help all your cells function to the best of their ability. So number one is cells, to take the burden off the cells. And in order to do that, you need to focus on removing what is toxic. So the very first step to begin unburdening your cells, to stop putting so much into the funnel, is to begin eliminating things that are toxic. What's toxic? Well, things you breathe. So let's think of some things you may be breathing that are toxic. Well, how about those lovely candles that are fragrance candles that are, the fragrance is actually chemicals? You're breathing this, your family's breathing this, your children's breathing this. These are chemicals, and a lot of them are cancer-causing chemicals. You don't want to have these in your house. What about if you have these air sprays, air fresheners? This is such a big, pet peeve mind the people that have these are all chemicals. That isn't a rose. That isn't a real rose that you're spraying. Oh, this lovely rose scent. Oh, make your home smell like flowers. Those aren't real flowers. Those are chemicals. So if you're drinking things with artificial colors, I always kid around with the kiddos, with the kids when I see them drinking the drinks that are blue, and I tell them those are really ground up Smurfs in there. That's really what's in there. They're Smurfs. You don't want to be drinking that. These are chemicals. These are chemical dyes. So the red dyes, the yellow dyes. In other countries, they don't even use these in other countries because they know they cause behavioral problems in children. So there's these additives, these preservatives. Then there's tap water that hasn't been properly filtered, that has so many chemicals in there. It has chlorine, it has fluoride, things that inhibit iodine that you need for your thyroid function. So many people have thyroid issues just because they drink tap water that hasn't been properly filtered. So how about cleaners? How about chemicals? Gosh, everybody's using so many things now. I had a patient that was in the other day and really feeling toxic, having trouble, with breathing, not feeling well, using all of the things that with bleach, mixing bleach with other chemicals. Never do that. And then, the chlorine can actually destroy the cilia in your lungs. I mean, you never want to breathe. Chlorine gas will kill you. So don't be breathing, these things. Use natural things. There's so many wonderful products on the market today without all these chemicals. My mom and dad lived of the Great Flu of 1918. And, my dad witnessed, not physically witnessed millions of people dying, but he was certainly aware of that. And, back then they didn't have, I asked my parents, what did you use to clean if you didn't use all these chemicals? And my mom looked at me like, what are you talking about? Like, we didn't have all these chemicals. We use soap and water and baking soda, and so many natural things that you can use. So first of all, stop the burdening of the cells, so this includes taking medications that you don't need. Sometimes people have told me, oh, I take a few aspirins every day just because. Why are you doing that? I mean, these things are toxic. I take a few ibuprofen. I take a few Tylenol. Excess taking of Tylenol is known to cause liver cancer. So don't take medications that you don't need. All these things, the prolonged exposure can cause brain fog, fatigue, depression, muscle and joint pain, digestive disorders, and certainly even cancer. So in the bacterial purification program, I've included a list of toxic chemicals, and I have them in categories for you. Another one I just want to bring to your attention is aluminum. Please don't use aluminum cookware, and don't cover foods when they're hot. Don't cook foods with aluminum foil, because this can absorb. And what's worse, in referring back to tap water, is there can be aluminum in tap water if it's not properly purified. So aluminum is very toxic to the body. It stores in the body. It stores in your tissues. So this brings us down to the level of tissues. Now, what's the difference? Cells actually a conglomeration of cells. Many cells that have the same function actually become tissues. And then many tissues become organs. So it's really that simple. So you have your 40 trillion plus or minus cells, and the cells become tissues. Tissues become organs, and organs become systems. So that's how it works. So organs individually can be affected by toxins. And as I said earlier, many organs can develop extra fat, the toxins, especially your liver. So your liver can become fatty, and you can develop what's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this is a fatty liver due to toxins and to overconsumption of carbohydrates. So if you're carrying that extra weight on your body, especially in the belly area, you have extra fat in your liver. That's a fact. So therefore, it's necessary for you to rid your organs of any extra fat that stores toxins. And I show you exactly how this is done in the bacterial purification program. So it's important for you to understand that your lymphatic system, which is next in the funnel, plays a major role in your immune system. It helps to balance fluids. It absorbs fats and fat-soluble nutrients. Your lymphatic system contains a fluid called lymph, and this travels through an extensive network of vessels that pass through almost all your tissues and it allows for the movement of the fluid called lymph. So your lymph circulates through the body kind of similarly the way blood does. Your blood circulatory system, you have a lymph circulatory system, if you will. And if it's not up to par, then toxins and chemicals and disease cells like cancer can actually remain in your system. So these toxins, of course, then are exposed to other organs where they can begin creating a lot of health issues for you. So in addition to protecting your body from viruses and bacteria, one of the lymphatic system's most important functions is to trap and destroy bad cells, like cancer cells, like viruses, like bacteria. So it's extremely important to have proper flow of the lymphatic fluid that carries toxins through your body. And I'll show you how to keep your lymphatic system working well for you during the whole purification process to ensure that you have proper drainage of the toxins. Now, the next level is bile. Now, I think you may not hear much about bile in regards to detoxification. And bile is used in the detoxification process. It's a very important substance used to detoxify toxins out of your body. So bile is made by liver cells, and it's stored in your gallbladder between meals. And if you don't have a gallbladder, that's okay. Your liver's still making bile, but you don't have that propulsion. Think of it, it's kind of like a pump. Gallbladder is like a little pump that pushes the bile out, so it's reserving that bile. And then when you eat, it pushes it out. So it's necessary to aid in digestion to break down fats to make them more soluble and ready to be absorbed in the intestine for your body to use. So your liver produces about a quart of bile daily. And without enough bile, and what happens is you have undigested fat that remains in the intestinal tract. Now, eventually it's excreted in your stool, but the fat that isn't absorbed is needed for calcium absorption. So you must have bile for proper calcium absorption. So what happens if we don't have proper calcium absorption? Well, of course, our bones are going to become weakened. Eventually, you can develop osteoporosis. But calcium is needed for proper blood pressure, proper contraction and relaxation. It has to do with your heartbeat. It has to do with your muscle function. So bile is also necessary to absorb vitamin D. And you need vitamin D to help absorb your calcium. You see, so bile is kind of like this overlooked thing. Most people don't know much about bile, but it's needed to actually cleanse your entire intestinal tract and stimulate peristalsis, which is the action that is necessary to move waste down through your colon for you to have regular bowel movement. So bile contains bile acids that are essential for your digestion and absorption of fats, as I said, and fat-soluble vitamins, as well as aiding in the digestion of proteins and starches. So you need bile for digestion. It also helps to regulate the good bacteria and the yeast that are in your digestive tract that helps you stay healthy and strong. And your digestive tract, your immune health is actually dependent, in a sense, your immune system, about 70% of it is in your digestive tract. So this all has to do with bile function. This has to do with liver function. It has to do with all of digestion, which has to do with toxins. You see, it all works together. So if you don't have proper bile flow, you can have fatigue, acne, sinus trouble, allergies, mood swings, headaches, constipation, acid reflux, and certainly you can develop non-alcoholic fatty liver disease just from not flowing through that funnel properly, right? Not proper bile flow. So the healthy flow and proper amount of bile is directly proportional to how much toxins you can eliminate. So if you don't have healthy bile flow, you're not going to have proper elimination of toxins. So I'm going to show you how you can actually increase your liver's production of bile and stimulate proper bile flow that will support the elimination of toxins. So next is your colon. So in order to help all this, I mean, there's so many foods, delicious stuff. There's so many things that have to occur. It's really easy when you follow a step-by-step process. And I'm going to show you how you can just easily accomplish this. So even though for your body, it's all these complexities going on that you don't even really have to understand. You just have to know what to do to help it. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. So the next level is the colon. So the colon is at the bottom of the funnel. And normally you should be having 1 to 2 bowel movements a day. But during a detoxification program, you really should have probably 2 to 3 bowel movements. Remember, you're eliminating from the cells to the tissues, the organs, the lymphatic system, through the bowel and out through the colon. So if you're not eliminating properly, then the toxins can, in a sense, back up into the body. And I've had hundreds of patients who have had amazing results from doing the bacterial purification program that have understood this process. Understand, number one, you have to start getting the toxins out of the body. You have to start putting in the right nutrients into the body. So these are foods that you need to cruciferous vegetables, which is the cabbage family. So this would be, Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, kale, and broccolini, and anything that's cruciferous. So important to help facilitate phase 1, phase 2 detoxification and add fiber. This is adding fiber to your body. And beets. Beets are phenomenal for bile, for actually helping bile flow. Once you learn these foods that, you're just going to eat the right foods, you're going to take the right supplements, and you're going to follow a step-by-step process that actually takes you through this whole elimination funnel naturally, that will naturally help to facilitate phase 1 and phase 2 of liver detoxification, and phase 3, which is making sure everything in this funnel is working properly for you. So I want to share a little story with you with Caitlin. Caitlin is an amazing young lady who's in her 20s. She's a college student. And she has, I would say, most of her life with being overweight. What she didn't know until she came to see me was that she was well on her way to being a diabetic. And this is a big concern for her because diabetes runs in her family. And she told me that she was so frustrated because she was exercising and she thought she was eating great. She was struggling with her weight for years and she just could not lose the weight. And she did a purification program and continued on with me. So far, I spoke with her recently. She has lost 34 pounds. And I am so proud of her. And she said it's just amazing to her because she struggled so long. She dieted. She was eating well, she thought, and she was exercising. How frustrating is that, right? That you're trying, you're putting all this time, energy, effort in investing into yourself, but it's not working. It's not working. She lost 34 pounds. She's absolutely thrilled. And I'm so thrilled for her. So what happens when you do the bacterial purification program is it actually resets your metabolism. So in the program, I'll show you the program cover. And this is the bacterial purification program. This actually has a therapeutic effect on your body that has the potential to begin creating less pain in your body so you can feel a difference in how you move and how you feel, to have more energy so you can go through your day without fatigue and enjoy life again. It has the ability for you to really lose weight fast like Caitlin did. So your confidence will begin to soar when you see a difference in how your clothes fit. Actually, within days, she lost about 10 pounds in the first couple weeks. And sometimes that happens. People can lose weight really quickly. But, initially, it's usually water weight. But if you stick with it and you do follow-up, then your body just resets itself and you keep losing that stubborn weight, that belly fat. Also, you can experience improved digestion. Many people report relief from being bloated and gas and belching and acid reflux. Oh my goodness, so many people have acid reflux and indigestion. Also, you can experience improved cardiovascular systems. Many people have been able to decrease or eliminate blood pressure medicines. So many of my patients have had experiences that were insulin resistant or diabetic, and tremendous changes in their blood sugar. They've been able to reduce or eliminate their blood sugar medications through their doctors. And also, it's going to give you a big boost for your immune health. So the solution to all these problems is to improve the function of the liver, and this results in increased fat burning in your body, correcting hormonal imbalances, increased energy, improved immune function, decreased inflammation that causes pain in your body, and decreasing oxidation that causes heart disease and cancer. I mean, what I'm sharing with you today is very powerful. It's very powerful. It can be life-changing. And this occurs actually, the whole process is a 30-day process. So this is a 5-part system that I'll explain in a minute. And I want you to know that if you feel that you're tired of being sick and tired and you're ready for a health breakthrough, you've been waiting for a solution to overcome chronic low energy, if you want to get belly fat, you're concerned about health problems and you want a real solution, if you have aches and pains and they're taking a toll on you and you want a true solution on how to diminish the pain, and it's time for you to take charge of your health. You want to be in charge of your health. You don't want all these symptoms and all these conditions, to govern what you can and cannot do on a daily basis, because they do affect you. I've heard this thousands of times from patients, how their life is affected because they're in pain, or they have too much weight on their body, they have heart disease, they take a lot of medicines, they're diabetic, they have cancer, all these things, right? So if you're ready to take charge of your health, then this is the program for you. So I want to explain a little bit what's included in the program. You do receive the Back to Eden Purification Manual. You also, and that explains all the steps to the program. There's a workbook that contains daily tips, suggestions, and a journal plus weight loss tips. Caitlin said that she absolutely loved this workbook because it helped to keep her on track throughout the program. But also, she loved the idea. She wrote down how she felt when she first started, and then by the end, she wrote she was so proud of herself because she said now she's in charge. She's in charge of, not the cravings are in charge, not the weight's in charge, not the low self-esteem. She was in charge. Wow. So, I mean, and I'm so proud of her. She's done extremely well, and so have many of my patients, and I want that for you too. So as a bonus, I've included a Back to Eden recipe book, and there's a complete grocery shopping list for the program. I have recipes I've developed for you for each part of the program, and I will personally walk you through the program step by step. I'll practically be holding your hand, and you can find the program on my website at nutritionwithdoc.com. It's under the program tab, and it's called, or you can go directly to, and I'll put this in the comment box. It's bit.ly// little r, capital S, and then EDEN. So it's bit.ly/dr, capital D, little r, capital S, and then the word Eden, EDEN. So I'll put that in the comment section, and I'll explain the 5 parts of the program for you in the preparation. This is actually the most important part of creating new beginnings for your health. It's also the most overlooked part. And it's one of the reasons why every fad diet that's ever been out there, well, there's a lot of reasons why they fail, but the true reason is why things fail is because people do not prepare properly. You must have proper preparation. And I will walk you through this. This is so easy because you want to have the food that you need to be. So you don't want to have, like Mother Hubbard's cupboard being bare and you have no food. And then you say, well, I'm going to start this program and there's nothing to eat. That would be unwise. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to prepare. And then number 2 is the detox portion. And this is eliminating the most common foods that cause food sensitivities that may be affecting your health. And I want to tell you this part, there's so many parts of this program that are absolutely life-changing. This is one of them, because this is the part where you are going to find out so much about everybody tells me this. After they do the program, they come back and they say, I did not know this food, whatever that is, was affecting me, my health so badly. So if you have a food that is causing problems with your health, food sensitivity, it can contribute to inflammation, pain in your joints, arthritis, a compromised immune system to fight off viruses and bacteria. It can cause low energy, high blood pressure, and it can aggravate anything else you're experiencing, headaches. I have a patient who went through the program and had such severe migraine headaches. She ended up in the hospital so many times. They did CAT scans and MRIs. She saw a neurologist. Nobody can find out what was wrong. And when she did this portion of the program, the detox part, where she eliminated certain foods, she found out specific foods that were causing the migraines. And she knows if she eats those foods, she immediately gets a migraine. This has changed her life. Just this one part of the program. And part 3 is protein additions, because you're going to decrease a lot of protein foods when you do the food elimination portion, the 10-day portion. So in part 3, you're going to add more protein foods back. Part 4 is foods reintroduction. And this is where you begin to add the foods back in that you eliminated. Now, this is where you're going to learn so much about your body. I am always so excited to hear from patients regarding this part. What did you first put back in? How did it react? And Caitlin told me that one of the things that highly reacted was one of the cheese, different types of cheese she was eating. And she got a bellyache. She didn't feel well. She had low energy. She cut that cheese out. And then she tried, in a few more days, she tried a different kinds of cheese, and it didn't bother her. So you're not going to know these things until you actually go through this elimination phase. And you have to do this for at least 10 days. So there's a list that I give you of specific foods to eliminate. These are the most common food sensitive experience that they may not be aware of. And what's interesting is that a lot of people don't know is that when you reintroduce a food, it may take 30 minutes before you have a symptom, like maybe a bellyache or a headache, or it can take up to 72 hours. So it can take up to 3 days before you actually develop a migraine from a certain food. So there's a specific way to do this, and I walk you through all these parts in the program. And then part 5 is the elimination funnel. We've given so many wonderful, easy to follow tips on how to create the elimination of toxins through that funnel, through your organs. How do you make sure that bile is flowing properly? Proper colon elimination, proper liver detoxification. So if you know you want to hop in right now, then I want you to make a quick decision and don't put this off, because this can create a super jump start to your health. And I understand the life. I've lived it. And I know how busy, life can be. So I also understand the toll it could take on your health. I've experienced that also. So today I have an opportunity for you to take a big step for your health and overall wellness for your body that will supercharge your immune health. And I hope you take that step. So this program is only offered 2 times per year live. And I don't want you to miss it. You can do it any time of the year, but when we do it live, I'm going to personally walk you through steps. And so you're going to, you always say there's little pearls, there's little gold nuggets that I add on in addition to the program when you join me live. So in addition, I have a special limited bonus for you who make a quick decision to do the program. And I have limited space for private consultations. And this is on a first come, first serve basis until the slots are filled up. And once you purchase the Bacteria Purification Program, you're eligible to have a free consultation with me. And this is a $300 value. And during this consultation, we'll discuss the main health issues that you want to address. And I will give you my professional opinion regarding what is your next best move for your particular health issues. Now, this consultation alone can totally reset the present health trajectory that you're on right now. So you are here and you want to be here. How are you going to get there? So I have decades of experience and knowledge to hear, to actually create, the shortest distance between two lines, two places, we'll say, is a straight line, right? So I don't want you to go downhill, right? Because how are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? So I will give you my professional advice. I think for some people, absolutely, this is priceless, because inevitably I'm going to tell you something that you don't know, that can make a huge difference. So here's the link again. It is bit.ly// capital D, little r, capital SEDEN. And again, I'll put that in the comment box. And, I've had many people that have told me they tried to do a detox on their own. And I wouldn't advise that for you, because it's important that you follow a proven step-by-step system. I've spent quite a bit of time over the years actually changing this program to ensure that you have all these steps. And if you don't detox properly, you may cause unwanted reactions in your body due to a toxic load backup. And this can cause more unnecessary distress on your body and cause symptoms like headaches and joint pain and many others. And I don't want that to happen to you. So when you follow my proven system, you are doing exactly what you need to do to boost your immune health, decrease inflammation in your body that can be causing pain, hormonal imbalances, brain chemistry imbalances, and leading to the destruction of cells that cause cancer and many other ailments. So I want to share a couple stories with you of some of my younger at heart patients. And so I want to show you a picture of Ruth and Mary Ann. There is Ruth and Mary Ann. I have to give you a little background about these ladies. They just so happened to end up at my office at the same time. And I just love them. I see that they're close to 80 years young. They've been my patients for decades. Neither one of them take any medications. Their doctors are absolutely amazed with them, and they are amazing. These are two incredibly wonderful, outgoing women. And so you get them in a room together and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" And the other one's like, "Hi, how are you? Let's get our picture." Let's help Doc take our picture. So I took their picture. There's their beautiful picture. Now, they've been with me for a long time. They've gone through several of my programs and they've worked with me. And I want to tell you a little bit about Ruth, because Ruth had problems for a long time. And she wanted to improve her digestion. She wanted to lose weight. And before she did the program, she said she felt tired. She had headaches due to chemical sensitivity and poor digestion. And she said, "Now I feel great, much more clearly, and I'm no longer nauseated." She was nauseated like all the time. It's a terrible way to live. She said she can keep up with her great grandchildren, and other people tell me I act and looks so much youthful for grandma. I mean, in her 70s, late 70s. So she said, "I recommend that everyone considers doing the bacterium purification program, even if you think you're already in good health. And you will be surprised to discover how much better you will feel from applying this program's information." So it's like at any age. Many of my patients are in their, gosh, I see children, but I see people certainly in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So this has been life-changing for them. And while their picture's up, though, I do want to share another quick testimonial from William. And William suffered with COPD. He had such difficulty breathing. He had excess belly fat. The weight gain added to his difficulty breathing. And he said after doing the bacterium purification program, he began to breathe better. And after 3 weeks, he lost 3 pounds. He had more energy than he had in years. He no longer had to use his inhaler or oxygen. And here's the big, if that wasn't enough problems, he had nodules in his lungs and he was getting CAT scans every few months. So the doctor suspected this would be turning to cancer. And he did the bacterium purification program. A few months later, he goes back for another CAT scan, and the nodules were gone. They were gone. How did this happen? Well, because the same phase 1 phase 1 liver detoxification system that is in the liver is in your lungs. So when he did the detox system, it not only detoxed his liver and his body, it actually helped to heal his lungs. So it's a very powerful program. So there is no better time than right now to do the bacterium purification program. There is no better time. So this is a unique program. This is a unique opportunity for you. And you know, I've seen other purification programs that have missing parts, but I've included these parts in the bacterium purification program. But I do want to tell you this program isn't for everyone. And if you're presently engaged with receiving chemotherapy or radiation for cancer, this program is not for you. When you're putting in massive amounts of toxic chemicals for a condition, you do not want to be doing a detoxification program. Also, if you are presently an active alcoholic or drug addict, then this program is not for you. Because again, you do massive detoxification while you are still in substance abuse mode. Also, if you suffer with frailty. Now, frailty is a condition of extreme weakness that involves weight loss and muscle loss that usually occurs in the elderly. Then I do not recommend this program for you. I do have other programs for these types of conditions, but this program is not the best get started program for you. Now, if you have any questions regarding if this program is right for you, you can contact me at nutritionwithdoc.com. That's contact@nutritionwithdoc.com. And also expect to see and feel health changes during this program. So this is a caution note, but it's an exciting caution note because this is why I recommend you be monitored by a qualified healthcare provider. If you're a diabetic, if you have high blood pressure, or if you have any other condition where you're taking medication, being monitored, because I have had diabetics who have been able to decrease and some have been able to eliminate their medications. So if you have high blood pressure, your blood pressure may start to normalize. If your blood sugar is high, it may begin to normalize. If you're on pain medication, you may not need to take as much pain medication. You may be able, in many cases, I've seen people come off of pain medication. So regardless of your present state, it is phenomenal what you have learned today, because how to eliminate toxins, this one step alone is worth the price of the entire program. Even if you can't jump right into the program, learning part 5, which is the elimination phase, is necessary for everyone. So it's necessary for any condition to have proper elimination. Your body's trying to do that at all time. Your body is trying to actually address all 6 levels of that elimination phase at any given time for the day. That's how incredible your amazing body is. So most detox programs only explain how to process the toxins through the liver and leave you hanging from there. However, as I've been explaining, ridding your body of toxins once they're processed through your liver is an essential part of your wellness. So I will walk you through step by step the process of eliminating toxins from your body, processing them through your liver through these 5 parts. And if that is something you're interested in, to have your best health results, to jumpstart, rejuvenate your health starting now, then this is your next best step to maximizing your health potential. So that link again is bit.ly/D_R_SEDEN. So thank you so much for being with me here today. I have loved presenting this information to you. Please share it with your friends and family. There is no better time than the present. You know, if you don't make changes, then when? And your body is so waiting to change itself for the better at any given time. It just needs your help to say yes to say yes and go forward and make that move. Today is your day for that amazing body. You truly are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that's how God made you. You're here to be able, and it's been an absolute privilege and honor for me to share this information with you today. And as I said, if you have any questions, you can reach me at contact@nutritionwithdoc.com. And I would love to hear from you. So you can type anything in the comment section, or you can contact me. And until then, I hope to see you in the program. And Godspeed and God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.